Good morning. I designed a second grade language arts lesson based on the Common Core Standard Literacy L2 1E. Use adjectives and adverbs and choose between them depending on what is to be modified. The objective for the lesson would be that students will demonstrate a knowledge of adjectives in order to modify simple sentences. So they would need to know what a noun is and how to write a simple sentence. Not too many words, something simple on their grade level. Using the adjectives would help them be able to make sentences more interesting and to get them to understand how to modify sentences, how to add detail to a sentence. For pre-assessment, I would have the students circle the adjective and underline the noun in about 5 sentences. This will help me gauge what they do know about nouns and help to see whether they can distinguish between the two. Do they already know what an adjective is? Can they figure out what an adjective is if they know what a noun is? That's what I would use for a pre-assessment. To hook them into the lesson, I would write a silly sentence with 3 to 5 adjectives. I will write a simple sentence first, such as Miss Hughes likes chicken. Then modify the sentence with words with adjectives. So I would write Miss Hughes likes big, purple, loud chicken, and ask the students, how are these two sentences different? What words are different? What is the purpose of the words? So I will get them to look at the words big, purple, and loud and have them explain what the words are doing in that sentence and how they're changing the sentence. So then I would explain that an adjective is a word that describes a noun. I would have them tell what the noun was or what nouns there were in the sentence and what noun was being modified. Then I would have them watch the video talking about adjectives on Flocabulary. And Flocabulary is a great site. It's interactive and it has a lot of songs and videos based on Common Core standards. They actually give you the Common Core state standards alignment on the website, and lots of the lessons line right up with the standards. So I'll play a little bit of the video so that you can hear what the students would be engaged with.
Adjectives are describing words, as you may know, but they can be used in many different ways. Listen up. We talking about size, like tiny, opinion, like wise, feeling, like happy, sad, or otherwise. Age, like antique, color, like brown. Adjectives are words that describe that. Talking about size, like tiny, opinion, like wise, feeling, like happy, sad, or otherwise. Age, like antique, color, like brown. Adjectives are words that describe nouns. Sometimes you just need more info. You need words to keep descriptions from being simple. And then asking the reasoning. Think of words as foods and adjectives, they will be the seasoning. One time I had a little puppy, 6-month-old collie by the name of Lucky. Every day we would run and frolic all playfully till I lost my grip on the leash. She got away from me.
So the song goes on to describe more ways to use adjectives and gives more examples of adjectives being used in sentences. And I think it's a great, catchy song that students would be encouraged to sing along with. So then, after watching, I would discuss the chorus of the song, which describes the different categories of adjectives, such as size, opinion, feelings, age, and color. I would write out a list of adjectives in the different categories talked about and write a sentence using some of those adjectives. For example, we may have the sentence, Brandon took his new red book bag to school and showed all of his short, tall, and happy friends. So I would have the students then, for guided practice, discuss which words are adjectives in the sentence and how they know. Then I would write a simple sentence with a blank before a noun and have a volunteer modify that sentence with an adjective. I would do this for about 5 more sentences or until they seem to be catching on. This will help them to be able to modify a sentence on their own versus them having me modify a sentence and them decide what the adjective is. This is the we do. So first I modeled writing out the simple sentence and modifying it, and now this is their turn to modify the sentence. For independent practice, I would give each group, because the classroom is divided into 5 groups of 4, so I would give each group a bag of adjectives and have the students write at least 10 sentences, silly or serious, using the adjectives in the bag to modify nouns. So adjectives they may find in their bag may be huge, brown, funny. So there'll be adjectives from all of the categories in their bag. And I would encourage them to use more than one adjective in a sentence, to reuse adjectives if they like, but they must write at least 10 meaningful sentences. And meaningful doesn't mean that they're not silly. It just means that they are written properly, using adjectives to accurately modify nouns with, of course, correct punctuation and capitalization in their sentences. So I would provide different scenarios or situations that they may want to write about, and of course monitor to be sure that they're working on task and continuously. But I do love having students work in small groups, and this independent practice, it could be done with a partner for students who are struggling. Peer tutoring is definitely always encouraged. For the closure, I would watch the video again, and just to reinforce what was learned, encourage the students to again sing along, and then go through the challenge questions that are offered on the site as well. And there's a number of questions, and we could answer them all together. And for the actual post-assessment, I would distribute a 10-question quiz to assess students' knowledge of the definition of a noun and the function of an adjective. The first 2 questions will assess those skills. What is a noun and what is the function of an adjective? Then, for 5 more questions, they will identify both the noun and the adjective in a sentence. For the final 2 questions, they will complete a sentence using an adjective of their choice. I think this would be a assessment that is appropriate for what was learned. It definitely aligns with the objective that I had for the lesson, and students would be able to should be able to accurately answer the questions, being that we covered all of the information and watched the video more than once, which sometimes they don't even know that they're learning when they're singing along and enjoying it so much. So this is just a quick, simple language arts lesson. And again, the dynamics of the classroom, there would be Mostly everyone is on the same level. There are a few that fall below, some that fall above, but overall the skills are average. There may be students with mild disabilities, but none that are developmentally challenged. The race and ethnicity profile appeals to the video that is used, also being that majority of the students are minority and in low middle class, so they could definitely relate to the content and how it's being delivered to them. So that is my lesson on adjectives, and I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you.